Excellence in using communication as a business strategy is the gold standard. That's the bar the International Association of Business Communicators Philippines recently raised when it recognized the finest in the field of business communication in the recently concluded 13th Philippine Quill Awards. Joining us in the studio, IABC Philippines President Kane Ochoa and four of the awardees, Metrobank Foundation Incorporated President Aniceto Sobrepeña for Top Award in Communication Management, Shell Philippines Country Media Relations and Internal Communications Manager, Mr. Ronaldo Habal, the top award, getting the top award in communication skills. Dr. Elena Pernia, top award in communication training and education. And Philippine Student Quill Top Award, John Christian Dinko. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here in the studio. Kane, let's talk about IABC. Big awards night. It was so big you had to get a satellite room to accommodate everybody.
Yes, Roland, you were there to witness
the
event, and that's a vote of confidence among the companies and organizations on the Quill Awards as a benchmark or a seal of excellence among communication practitioners. And this year, we received a lot more entries compared to the previous years. More companies joined, and judges gave us feedback that companies came up with very good programs and very good communication tools. They're just getting better and better every year.
And so you also expanded the number of categories, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Last year we expanded to 43. That's why the Quill Awards is the most comprehensive awards when it comes to business communications. We recognize different fields and disciplines of communication, and not just public relations or corporate communications, but also HR, financial relations, and even communication research and training and education and CSR.
And another new thing for the Philippine Quill Awards was the launching of an ebook?
Yes, the first ebook of IABC Philippines. It's called The Best Practices in Communication Planning and Implementation. It documents the finest communication programs by companies and organizations that won awards of excellence in the 2013 Philippine Quill Awards cycle. And it's available on Amazon.com. It's a great reference for communication practitioners, professors, and students who are looking for real case studies in the Philippines, that they can look at the winning strategies and creative works of communication professionals today.
Valuable information there. And of course, we have the awardees of the winners in some of the categories in the recently concluded Quill Awards. Let's start with John. I want to know your projects at the one new awards. John directed Rainbow X. Tell us about the movie, John.
Well, I directed and wrote the film. Rainbow X is a 23-minute short film which depicts about the rising cases of hate crimes inflicted towards the lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgenders, or collectively called as LGBT community.
And we are all interested to find out, is it still airing? Is it still previewed? Is there a way when we can, well, for me, this is the first time I've heard of Rainbow X, but you have joined a number of competitions. You have been finalists in some awarding bodies also as well?
Well, it was just a local, a local award giving body in my school, but I don't think you can find it on the internet or somewhere because we're not uploading it yet.
But you have plans?
Yes.
Well, we'll try to find a way for people to find out more about Rainbow X. But how does it feel to win an award for your project?
Well, I was very happy because I wasn't actually expecting to win because the film was created to spread awareness among our countrymen regarding the LGBT community. We weren't really expecting to win an award. It was a very big bonus because we believed that for a culture of safety to flourish or to become triumphant in the Philippines, people should stand up and take action when it is needed, because sitting down and doing nothing in the face of adversity and danger won't solve any problem.
Very nice, John. Well, John graduated last year. He's a teacher now.
Yes.
Mass comm in what school?
Cavite State University.
Cavite State University. Still in line with communications.
Yes.
Thank you very much, John. Dr. Pernia, of course, a former dean and known mentor in the communication industry. You were part of an awareness campaign. Be aware, you are at Risk Communication Conference. Tell us more about this.
Yes, it is a conference. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a conference that the third in the series where we put together research about communicating risks and disasters. So we had about 500 participants, over 30 papers, and I think 8 papers for competition. So it was really a venue for students, faculty, as well as communication practitioners to present research-based data.
And how many pages again?
So it's a full conference. It was a 2-day conference with 6 panel sessions and 1 competition session.
But what is the motivation of you having this conference and the third with more participants?
Well, it's very difficult to present internationally. The cost of conducting the research, traveling abroad, and presenting to an international audience is something that is not within the reach of a lot of people, particularly students. So we decided that, why not bring an international type conference over to the Philippines?
Right,
and so
right,
that was
right.
the main motivation, to spread the culture of research, to give a venue for people who conduct research, as well as opportunities for networking.
And you're saying you had more participants this year, 500?
Yes, 500. It's been about that level, every year. When we began, it was just communication research student conferences. Participation was about 200, a high of 300. But when we made it national, that's when the numbers really reached those numbers.
That is nice to know.
Yes, we're very happy about it.
Okay, we maybe have another talk about that
Sure.
when you hold it next year, this year?
We had one in February,
Okay.
and then next year we're going international.
Going
yes,
international, wow.
It will be the International Communication Research Conference, where even today we have queries from students and faculty in Thailand, and hopefully Malaysia will be coming into the picture, and we're spreading the word.
Pretty much interested in that. We'll have another session just for that,
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Pernia. Mr. Abal of Shell, you had 3 entries in one category. Is that correct? And which one did you win again?
Actually, we've won for the top award for the Centennial campaign of Shell. Because as you know, in 2014, Shell celebrated its 100 years of doing business in the Philippines. And we basically, packaged that particular campaign because it involves a lot of elements as well. And we packaged and entered it into a number of categories.
Well, not a lot of people will know about what
Uh-huh.
was in that, but
Correct.
tell me the details.
All right. What we did was, so we're very proud of this one, is because we have a lot of projects in Shell. And normally people would associate Shell with petroleum and energy and Malampaya, but not a lot of people actually know that we do a lot of community development projects through our foundation. We also do a lot of nation-building programs, and this is the very reason why we wanted the Centennial campaign to zero in and focus on those projects. That is why not just promoting the 100 years of Shell, but also informing or making people aware that we do have a lot of projects that have so far impacted more than 11 million people already.
That's right.
So that's what we wanted to show and we package, and that's why we're very happy that it won as well.
Shell, of course, being a top winner of the Quill Awards. We were talking about it a while ago. The table was filled with trophies. I was waiting for it to collapse because congratulations again to Shell. Mr. Sobrepeña, the president of Metrobank Foundation Incorporated. You had a relief and rehabilitation campaign for Metrobank to help the victims of Typhoon Yolanda, and that's what won you that award for the Philippine Quill Awards. Tell us more about that.
Yes. Well, the Helping Hands program of the Metrobank Group in response to the destructive typhoon Haiyan or Yolanda was really our coming out, in the sense that we used to just give a check to our partners in terms of our relief and rehabilitation. But this time, we made a strategic decision to engage all our employees, all our partners, even the alumni of our various searches, like the search for outstanding soldiers, teachers, and police officers. So it was a very strategic decision that because of the gravity of the problem. We said this time we need to go out in the field and mobilize all our stakeholders.
And that is so nice. But how was the reception of that? Talking to all those people, getting them to pitch in for the
Yes.
relief and rehabilitation.
Right. Well, since the Quill is a communications award, we believe that we were able to document and show how we were able to influence and get buy-ins from the different stakeholders. Like we mobilized national and local government partners, our alumni, and even our partners abroad. They send in money to augment the budget already provided by Metrobank Foundation and our sister foundation, GT, George T. Foundation, Family Foundation.
That's right. Kane, I'm sure I'll be seeing these people again in your next awards, maybe John in a different category, but these people are your regulars, so to speak. But it's not just them going after awards, it's them doing their advocacies and doing their communication management skills and training very well. What's next for the Philippine Quill Awards and IABC Philippines?
Well, the Philippine Quill Awards will be launching it towards the end of the year, but before that, we have the IABC International World Conference in San Francisco. This will be in June. It's a gathering of communication professionals around the world, so probably we'll be seeing each other there in San Francisco. And of course, our Communication Excellence in Organization Awards, where we honor top executives who use communication strategically in their organizations. And we just recently concluded our IABC Masterclass with speakers from the UK and from Singapore, and even local experts talking about the different disciplines of communication. So it has been a busy year, and we'll be busy in the coming months as well.
Busier in the coming months and in the future of IABC Philippines. Thank you very much, John Dinko, Dr. Pernia, Mr. Ronaldo Habal, and Mr. Niceto Sobrepeña. Kane, of course, thank you very much.